The mass evictions of the Irish in the 1800s represent a harrowing chapter in Irish history, yet their full scale remains shrouded in uncertainty. The absence of comprehensive records makes it difficult to determine the precise number of people evicted during those tumultuous years. However, historians estimate that between 250 and 500,000 families were forcibly removed from their homes. The devastation was particularly acute in the western and southwestern counties where poverty was most entrenched. These regions witnessed a mass exodus of desperate souls forced to flee their ancestral lands due to the cruel evictions. The lack of accurate records is a poignant reminder of the marginalized status of the Irish during this period. Their plight often went unnoticed and unrecorded by those in power. The true scale of the eviction tragedy can only be gleaned from fragmented accounts, folk memory, and the haunting ruins that dot the Irish landscape. Despite the challenges in quantifying the evictions, the available evidence paints a chilling picture of widespread displacement and suffering. The sheer magnitude of this human tragedy serves as a stark reminder of the impact on the Irish people by the Brit landlords. The evictions did not occur as a single monolithic event, but rather unfolded in distinct waves, each driven by a combination of factors. Historians generally identify four significant phases of eviction, each marked by its own characteristics and consequences. The first wave, beginning in 1840s, was characterized by smaller-scale evictions, primarily targeting tenants who'd fallen behind on rent due to the initial impact of the potato blight. A second, more aggressive wave swept across the country in 1847, driven by a combination of factors, including the failure of government relief efforts. The third wave, coinciding with the enactment of the Encumbered Estates Act in 1849, witnessed a surge in evictions as landlords offload properties. This legislation, intended to facilitate the sale of such estates, inadvertently fueled a wave of land clearances as new owners sought to consolidate holdings and evict tenants deemed unprofitable. The final wave, extending into the 1850s, reflected a continuation of these trends. The cumulative impact of these successive waves of eviction was devastating, leaving scars on the Irish landscape and psyche that would linger for generations. To grasp the true horror of the evictions, one must delve into the personal stories of those who endured this traumatic experience. The accounts passed down through generations offer a glimpse into the human cost of this historical tragedy. One such story is that of Bridget O'Donnell and her family, evicted from their small holding in County Mayo in 1847. With their meagre possessions piled high on a donkey cart, they joined the throngs of destitute souls on the road, their fate uncertain. Bridget later recalled witnessing the lifeless bodies of those who had succumbed to hunger and disease along the way, a chilling testament to the desperate circumstances put upon the Irish people. Another poignant account tells of Patrick Byrne, a tenant farmer in County Roscommon, who watched in despair as the bailiffs arrived to evict his family. His pleas for mercy fell on deaf ears as his home was razed to the ground, a common practice employed by landlords to prevent tenants from returning. The image of his family's meagre belongings scattered amidst the rubble serves as a stark reminder of the brutality inflicted upon the Irish peasantry. These personal stories, though difficult to recount, are essential for understanding the human dimension of the evictions. They provide a voice to the voiceless and remind us that behind the statistics lay real people whose lives were irrevocably shattered by this historical tragedy. The evictions did not unfold in isolation. Newspapers, both local and national, played a crucial role in documenting these events, albeit with varying degrees of sympathy and accuracy. Their accounts provide invaluable insights into the scale and brutality of the evictions, as well as the social and political context in which they occurred. Local newspapers, often operating under challenging circumstances, offered first-hand accounts of evictions taking place in their communities. These reports, often graphic in their detail, served as a stark contrast to the often sanitized narratives presented in the British press. They highlight the plight of the evicted, the callous indifference of some landlords, and the often inadequate response of the authorities. Some publications, particularly those aligned with landlord interests, downplayed the severity of the evictions or blamed the victims for their own misfortune, much like what's happening today. Reminding us of the power of the press that shaped public opinion at times to demonize the victims. And as we see now for the Irish people, history is repeating itself. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, comment and subscribe. Until next time, Sláinte.